So this is a standard 22-inch diameter kick drum. The Kelly SHU Pro here is centered exactly inside of the drum shell. It's just a place to start, just an installation suggestion. There are countless different positions that you can achieve with this system. Nice thing is it's up to you where the microphone lands, and once it lands it's going to stay put for you. So as you can see, this setup has 6 support cords supporting the mounting unit. It's very sturdy in there. Not going to go anywhere. So basically all of these support cords are built to the same length. And one of the common questions is, how do you build the support cords from the system? So I'm going to give you a couple of tips on how to do that today. So I've removed all 6 support cords from their interior leather loops that are installed underneath the hardware screws for attachment points. But there's the 4 main support cords there, and a couple back there that we'll get into in a minute. But we'll be building these 4 primary cords here from the kit that is supplied with the system. It's pretty simple. Okay, so here's the Kelly SHU parts tray. Instruction sheet, hooks, retainer rounds, installation leathers, and Kelly SHU support cord. I have some of the parts out of the bags over here just to save some time. But and as you'll see, you'll have plenty of parts left over to be able to adjust the microphone to where you want it to be exactly. These 4 primary cords that we were using to hold the Kelly SHU inside of the drum earlier are right here. And they each have a piece of the Kelly SHU support cord, which is 3 1/4 inches long, and a hook on each end. So to duplicate this installation, just take your piece of Kelly SHU support cord, lay it down by a tape measure, and mark at the 3 1/4 mark right there. It doesn't have to be exact. Somewhere in the vicinity is good. Go ahead and take a pair of scissors and cut your cord right there. So you'll be making 4 pieces of the rubber at this length to duplicate the installation that I'm showing you today. To install the hooks on the ends of the support cord, take your piece of support cord and push it into the hook. Twist it a little bit as you put it in there to make sure it is all the way in the hook. Your retainer ring here, put it up against the hook and push and twist, and it will lock itself in there. Turn it around. The round piece goes first on the second end, and take your support cord, push it into the hook as far as it'll go, and give this a push and a twist, and it locks itself in there. So hook on each end. So we've built 4 support cords with a hook on each end, so we've consumed 8 hooks, and collectively we've used only 13 to 14 inches of the length of support cord that comes with the system. So plenty of parts left over. The interior installation leathers that come with the system are included in this plastic bag. leather. It's nice and soft. It won't make any noise inside of the drum. It's very durable. Easy on the finish of your drums inside. The way these work is that there's a hole punched in each end, and wherever you want an attachment point to be inside of the kick drum, you remove one of the existing hardware screws from the inside of the drum, take the screw and run it through the holes of the interior loop. Forms a loop like that. Replace your tuning hardware screw, and you've got an attachment point for the support cord to attach to inside the drum. Okay, just for the sake of time, I just left these interior leather loops exactly where they were before. There's 6 of them in there. There's 4 of them along this first row of hardware screws, and then there are 2 located more closer towards the batter head back there, which I'll explain in a minute. But there you go. That's what they end up looking like after you replace the hardware screw and form the loop. I have my 4 primary support cords. What I'm going to do is just go ahead and hook them into the leathers inside of here so that they're easy to grab and connect to the mounting unit. Kelly SHU mounting unit. We'll go ahead and connect to this support cord to this bottom hole. Go ahead and connect this top one to this hole. Go ahead and connect this one to that other top hole. And this one right down there. That quick, that easy. It's well supported inside of there. And ready to accept any microphone that you want to put on it. But another thing is I think it might be kind of cool to draw this back a little bit towards the batter head. I want the microphone to be a little bit closer to the batter head. And if I add 2 cords to this installation and run them back to these rear loops, it's really going to make that mounting unit quite solid in there. And it's going to get me a little bit closer to the batter head. So, there's a couple of cords here that I've built. And using the same theory as what we used to build the 4 primary cords, we're going to take and run a couple of cords back to these leathers back here that are midway between this one and this one. Now that is a solid installation. How do I connect the cable for the microphone? Well, on this kick drum I have a couple of different options. I'll show them both to you here real quick. First one being that I have a resonant head with a minimum diameter hole right here that I can go ahead and run my cable through. The minimum diameter hole allows for most of the resonant head to be present. In this particular case, my blanket inside kind of deadens the bottom of the resonant head anyway, so I'm not too worried about the hole there, but that is one option for you. Another option for connecting the microphone, if this particular kick drum that you are using is a workhorse touring kick that gets loaded in, set up, torn down on a really regular basis, and you don't mind the introduction of a fresh hole in the drum shell, you can hardwire the microphone inside and terminate on the outside with a XLR panel mount. This is a Neutrik 3-pin XLR, but the hole in my kick drum shell is sized for a Switchcraft, so I can't show you what this looks like installed, but obviously you would wire through the drum shell right here, right there on the outside, plug and play, and again on the inside, boom.